A chapter from the book by Scrib.
Officer Dale Rhodes. April 4, 2018, 10:24 p.m. Thank you, I mouthed silently to Natalea, my ghost girl. My hero. My angel. She quickly nods to me, before falling backwards out the window near the foot of my hospital bed. Is she? Did she really just? Heart skipping a beat, thinking she's just committed suicide, I race to the window to see her body slowly shrink and contort into some sort of bird. What the? So that's why she went to the window. Oh. My. God, a nurse exclaims loudly entering my room. Jess. Call the doctor. Clutching my loose hospital gown closed, I pretend to fiddle with the window while continuing to watch what was a human girl only moments ago go soaring through the parking lot below as a bird. A hawk? Mr. Rhodes, the nurse, now at my side, gazes up at me in both horror and amazement. I just needed some fresh air, I lie, stepping away from the window, not wanting her to see my ghost girl bird thing taking off for the mountains in the light-polluted distance. That's the last thing she needs to see. She's already hysterical enough. And I am sure Natalea wouldn't want me blabbing about her secret. But, damn, no wonder she was so hard to track down. She's not even human. Is she? I hear Ange yawn. Oh, great. Now she's awake. It took me an eternity to convince her to get some sleep. She came, I tell Hank the following morning after the nurse who was taking my blood leaves. Who came? A frazzled Hank asks once the door to my room shuts. He spent all day yesterday at the crime scene, then rushed over here after Ange called him to tell him I was no longer paralyzed. Only stopping for gas and a quick nap on the way. My ghost, I answer happily, musing over her ocean blue eyes. One could easily get lost in their beauty. She did this. She healed me, I want to sing and dance. However, Hank looks to Ange, a bewildered expression on his face. She just shrugs in reply, turning a page in the People magazine my nurse lent her. They still don't believe me, do they? I suppress the feeling of being crushed. Honestly, I really shouldn't be surprised. It's been like this for months now. Ever since I responded to that idiotic call where Shaw tried to frame me for the drugs he was peddling under the table. Hell, even Shaw, who was shot by Natalea himself, refused to acknowledge he was shot by someone, not something. Then again, this is Shaw we are talking about. He's never been one to admit when he's in the wrong. Now he's out there somewhere roaming the streets as a free man. How he posted bail, I'll never know. The lucky bastard. I think you've hit your head a little too hard, Hank teases, besides her prints lead to nowhere. And she wasn't around when Ange found you. She's long gone. Again. You've got to let her go, Dale. Everyone told me that they were praying as soon as we got word you were well, paralyzed. And I'm sure this miraculous healing was just an act of God. But you weren't here in Ange. Angrily, I start to protest when, out of nowhere, the cop's theme song begins to play. Ange's phone. I remember when she changed it out of spite. Her father, the mayor of Miracle Valley, absolutely livid that she didn't follow in his footsteps and become a lawyer. So, as a joke, she changed her ringtone to that, just to piss him off whenever any of us at the station called and he was around. Ange, she picks up the phone from her lap. Yeah. He's here. I'll let him know. Yep, thanks Ruby. Once she hangs up, she folds up the magazine and turns in the recliner beside me to face Hank head on. Did your phone die? She asks. Shit. I didn't even think to charge it. Why? He removes his brown Stetson to run a hand through his thick gray hair. His fatigue showing. Benjamin hasn't showed up for his shift, and Ruby can't get a hold of him. She places the magazine on the tiny table next to her. Did he already flake out, after all that action? Where is he? I mean, he didn't seem too enthused to be at the station anyways. Placing his hat back on, Hank looks up to the ceiling, pinching his eyes closed, and groaning in frustration. I'll head back now, and she proceeds to rise from her chair. No. I mean, I've got it. Hank turns to head out the door. Stay here and make sure he behaves. Hey, I interject, offended. You sure, Chief? Ange questions, refusing to acknowledge me. Yes, Victoria, Hank instructs in a serious tone, facing the door. I'll call you when I make it there. While he walks out the door, Ange and I, both, stare each other straight in the eyes. The same question of, what's gotten into him, lingering, unspoken in the air between us.
Sheriff Hank Williams. April 5, 2018, 9:37 a.m. I hate lying to my boy like that, but after running Natalia's prints to find all but her name classified, I got a sick feeling in my gut. Like, I just opened a can of worms I shouldn't have. Or, like I just kicked a hornet's nest, and am now waiting for the raging bees. Whatever comes next, I am not sure anyone will be ready for it. I just hope she makes it home all right. She was incredibly jumpy the closer we got to the hospital, and I do not blame her. Lord knows what horrors she's faced, being an experiment started by our very own government. And, Ben, where the fuck did he run off to? And especially after all that adrenaline and action a cop's first love. I wonder if the Ferguson's boy still needs a job. God, send me someone reliable.